Stress is something that all of us have dealt with one way or another. Especially it being around final season right now, I feel like stress is probably around its prime time. So maybe some of you have looked up kind of ways on how to deal with your stress or kind of like ways how to cope with your stress. And maybe you guys have found yoga as one of the things on the list. So today I'm going to be explaining to you all on why you should try yoga and how it can be very beneficial to everyone. So my three main points are going to be how it can be very beneficial, how yoga can help you, and how to get started on your journey with yoga. So the University of Rochester Medical Center conducted a lot of research on how yoga can be very beneficial to people. So some ways that it can be very beneficial is that it can improve difficulty with breathing. So for example, if you're a person that has asthma and maybe it's kind of hard for you to do like running exercises or kind of exercises in those fields, you can try yoga as an alternative. They can help a lot with just helping your breathing in general. Another benefit it has is that it can help reduce stress, anxiety, and tension. It can even help with depression. It can help lower high blood pressure, and it can help with back pains, lower back pains. But it can kind of just help with pains in general. So, I mean, if you're a person that's very prone to injuries or something like that, then yoga is a very good exercise that you can try as an alternative, maybe instead of going to the gym or kind of heavy weightlifting. So some ways that yoga can help you is that it can help increase your concentration, it can reduce your risk for injury, it can connect the body and mind together. So a lot of people that are like into like spiritualism and stuff like that, they're mostly people that are into yoga. So a lot of people have found that it gets them really in touch with their inner selves, and this can also be a great way to help. So also again, like it's just a really good alternative instead of going to the gym, because if for the first reason it can reduce your risk for injury. So if you're kind of somebody that like goes to the gym and doesn't really work out correctly, you can get a lot of injuries by like working out the wrong way. So yoga can be a really great alternative for doing that. So kind of how to get started with your journey of yoga. If financial issues kind of have been holding you back with yoga, and you're kind of like, oh, it's a little bit expensive, like I don't know if I have time for it and stuff like that, then I have done a lot of research and have found which gyms actually carry free yoga classes. I mean, it's not free, but if you have like an active membership, then you're getting all the benefits of your gym, and it's kind of free for you in a way because you're already paying for it. So some gyms I have found really popular gyms are 24 Hour Fitness, Choose Fitness, Gold's Gym, and then just here around Fullerton, there's a lot of different like yoga studios that might be a little bit more pricey, but I mean, you can still look up into them and see like which one is for you. So that's an idea you guys can do. So a lot of, I think the biggest issue that has been holding people back from yoga is that they say it's very time consuming. So what I have done is I have seen like how people can kind of fit it into their schedules. So for example, my mom, she actually like informed me that at her work they offer free yoga classes there. So I mean, if people are ever stressed out or something, they can go there on their breaks and they can just kind of do yoga in that time. So that's a really good alternative if kind of like you have a really busy schedule, then you can go and just kind of do it on your break at work. So that's one idea. And then another example I have personally is my sister actually wakes up a little bit earlier for work, like every day, and she works 2 jobs. And she wakes up a little bit earlier just to fit in some yoga time. So she does it for about 10 to 15 minutes, and she tells me that it has really improved her day, especially since she has 2 jobs. It kind of just helps her just with her stability and everything. So it kind of just makes her day go a lot smoother. And just another really easy way for if yoga is kind of, you're holding back from it because of time consuming and because of financial issues, you can easily just go on YouTube and you can just look up like yoga poses, or even they have a lot of yoga routines that you can try. So that's a really easy way to also do it, and you can even do it in the comfort of your own home. So what I hope you guys take away from this speech is that yoga is something that is very beneficial, it can help you, and now I've informed you on how to get started with your journey of yoga. Thank you.
All right, well, you identified the topic at the beginning. There's a good use of the final season as a way to justify maybe people taking some yoga classes or learning to use yoga as a way of dealing with stress. The stress thing, though, kind of disappears in the body of the speech, and there is a couple of references to it in the first section, but there's no supporting material on it, so it seems like you are missing an opportunity here to build good emotional justification for taking up the activity, and I think you need to work on that a little bit more. The closest you get to having some support on that later in the speech is a reference to your sister, who feels more grounded with her 2 jobs because she does yoga. And I like that as an example, but I think you need some more material on that. There's a very clear statement of what your goal is, and I thought that there was a solid preview of what the supporting structure is going to be, so you're setting things up pretty well. The body of the speech is labeled clearly. The idea of yoga for asthmatics I thought was kind of interesting, and you did sound like you had some supporting material to justify that particular conclusion. But after that, I didn't really hear a lot of supporting material for the presentation. There's a whole bunch of issues that are brought up about what the possible supplemental benefits are of doing yoga, and there wasn't any proof on any of those things. It just sounds like a series of assertions that need some justification and some information to support them. The use of yoga as an alternative to gyms, it seems a little bit awkward when the first way that you talk about people getting into yoga is by going through the gym. That was a little bit awkward. The notion that yoga can accomplish some of the same things that gyms accomplish, either keeping people fit or giving them the kind of aerobic exercise or look or workout that they're supposed to be getting. I think you need some more information that shows that that in fact is something that yoga can accomplish. I liked and appreciated the fact that you looked like you did some personal research on availability of yoga classes in the local gyms that are available for people to join. That made sense. You probably could be more specific about what the kinds of classes are, when they are offered at the gyms. In fact, since you're talking about to an audience here, it wouldn't probably be a bad idea to even use an example from a gym that's within a few blocks of the campus, and you say, in fact, for instance, if you went to the 24-hour fitness down on the corner here, there's a yoga class at 10:30 this morning, so if we get out of here early, you could go and do that kind of thing. I mean, in essence, the more specific you can be, the more, I think, engaged people will be with the presentation. You suggest that the key reservation that people have in picking up yoga is that it's time consuming, and you suggest that it can actually be done in a variety of circumstances so that the time issue isn't as important. The example that you use of your mother's work, I think that's probably a good illustration, but it doesn't go beyond that, and I think you need to show that in fact workplace environments maybe do offer wellness programs or time during the day that their employees can actually address issues along those lines. Your sister's personal experience, I think, seems to show one of the things that people have a problem with. I mean, that's the reservation, is the time issue, and she's got 2 jobs and she has to get up early to be able to do the yoga, which I think is the thing that you're talking about. That's what people are frustrated about, that they have to make the extra effort on that. So I think you need to maybe diminish that a little bit more. Presentation, I think you do a very nice job looking at the audience and talking to us. I think your vocals are strong. I do think you could be a little bit more engaged with your gestures. The speech was only about half the amount of time that you had available, so there's plenty of room for additional content here, and I think you need to pick that up a little bit. But I thought you did a nice job presenting what you had. That was good. Thank you.